Welcome to Tally Learning Hub. I'm Guru and I'm here to help you learn how to use Tally ERP9. Through these short videos, you will know how Tally ERP9 can make your accounting, inventory management and compliance simpler and quicker. In this session, you will learn how to download, install and activate Tally ERP9. To begin with, you need to go to the Tally website www.tallysolutions.com. Click on Downloads. Scroll down, click Install Now, upon which a setup file gets downloaded onto your system. To run the setup file, select the folder in which you want Tally ERP9 to be installed and then click Install. And that's it. Installing is just that simple. Click Done. The next step is to activate your license. And now here's a tip for you. You can use your keyboard up and down keys to navigate between the various options, and then you can press enter on the field you would like to click. You can use Tally ERP9 entirely using just your keyboard. Go to activate your license and press enter. Enter your serial number followed by the activation key followed by your email ID. In case you are taking a free trial, your serial number and activation key will be sent to your email ID given at the time of registering for the free trial. And then you will receive a message that the license has been activated. Press enter to continue. The next step is to unlock your license. Your unlock key will be sent to the email ID you specified during activation. Enter the unlock key and press enter. And your license is unlocked and you're done with activating Tally ERP9. In our next session, we will learn how to create a company. In this session, you will learn how to create a company in Tally ERP9. Just like you create a book for recording your business transactions, you create a company to record the same transactions in Tally ERP9. To begin with, you need to go to Create Company and press Enter. Type the name of your company, Guru Electronics. Type your address. Let's select the country as India. Select your state. So let me select Karnataka. And now, here's a tip for you. When you see a list anywhere in Tally ERP9, you can quickly filter by starting to type the first letters of the information you want to select. Here, to select Karnataka, I will type K and the list immediately becomes small. Now press A and the list becomes even smaller. Now just press the keyboard up or down key to select Karnataka and press enter. Type your PIN code. Type the contact details of your company. Next, specify the financial year from which you want to maintain your books in Tally ERP9. So here's a new tip for you. You can press the enter key to navigate down and backspace key to navigate up between the different fields that you see on the screen. Move to the last field on the screen. You will get a message asking whether you would like to accept the settings. Press Y to accept the settings and N to continue. You will learn how to create ledgers in Tally ERP9. Just like you create different accounts to record your business transactions, we will create the same ledger accounts in Tally ERP9. The common ledgers that every business needs are customers, suppliers, purchases, sales, cash, and bank accounts. We are now on the gateway of Tally, which is the main menu of Tally ERP9. Let's start with a tip for you. For every option that you see in the menu, one letter in each is in bold. For example, in balance sheet, B is in bold, and in accounting vouchers, V is in bold. These letters are the shortcuts for you to quickly go to each option. So, you press B for balance sheet, V for accounting vouchers, and so on. Similarly, on every screen in Tally, you will find a header menu and side menu. Here, before every option, the keyboard shortcut is given. One underline means that you need to press Alt along with the key given, and two underlines mean that you have to press Ctrl along with the key given. For example, you need to press Alt H in order to go to Help, and you need to press Ctrl K to go to Control Center. Now, let's start creating ledgers in Tally ERP9. Press A for Accounts Info, press L for Ledgers, press C for Create, and now let's create a supplier's ledger. Type the supplier's name, press Enter. Select a group for the ledger from the list. The group helps to identify the type of ledger we are creating. Since this is a suppliers ledger, let's select the group as creditors. To select the group quickly, type the first few letters of the group and the list filters down. Type the supplier's address and then press Y to accept the ledger. Similarly, let's create a customer's ledger. Type the customer's name. Since this is a customer's ledger, let's select the group as debtors. Type the customer's address. Press Y to accept the ledger. Let's now create a Press Y to accept the ledger. Let's now create a purchase ledger. Type the name of the ledger as purchases. Select the group as purchase accounts. Press enter and press Y to accept the ledger. Similarly, let's create a sales ledger. Type the name of the ledger as sales. Select the group as sales accounts. Press enter and press Y to accept the ledger. Let's now create a bank ledger. Type the name of the bank account. Select the bank account group. Next, there are certain optional details you can enter, such as your account number, IFSC code and bank name. These are only required if you want to use Tally ERP9's banking features such as check printing, automatic bank reconciliation and e-payments. Enter the account number, the IFSC code, select the bank name. Now here's another tip for you. At any screen in Tally, if you want to save what you have entered, you can press Ctrl A, and if you want to go back to a previous screen, press Escape. Let's accept the bank ledger settings by pressing Ctrl A. Let's now go back to the previous screen by pressing Escape. At any time, if you want to see the ledgers you have created, you can select Display. You will see that in addition to the ledgers you have created, cash and profit and loss account ledgers are also displayed. These two ledgers are available by default when you create a company in Tally ERP9. You can also make changes to a ledger by selecting Alter. Also, in case you want to create multiple ledgers under one group, select Create under multiple ledgers. For example, let's say you want to create rent, conveyance and office expenses under the expenses group. You don't have to create each ledger one by one. Select Create under multiple ledgers. Select the group as Expenses Indirect. Type the name of the ledgers one by one. Press Enter, accept the screen, and that's it. All these ledgers are created at one shot. At any time, if you want to see your chart of accounts, press Escape and come back to the gateway of Tally. Press D for Display, press L for List of Accounts, and your chart of accounts is automatically created, containing all your ledgers. In our next session, you will learn how to record purchases and sales in Tally ERP9. Let's first record a purchase. Press V for accounting vouchers. Press F9 for purchase. Press F2 and type the date. Type the invoice number and date of the bill your supplier has given you. Select the supplier's ledger. I will select Raj Electronics. The supplier's details are automatically captured from the ledger. Press Ctrl A in the screen. Select the purchase ledger. Press spacebar and you get the list of stock items that you have created. Select the item you have purchased. Enter the quantity and the rate. Here's a tip for you. While recording a transaction, if you find that a ledger or stock item that you require has not been created, just press Alt-C from the field where you want the ledger or stock item. This will take you to the ledger or item creation screen to help you easily create them during the transaction itself. Here, I find that I have bought a stock item, Asus 16.5-inch monitor, which is not available in my list. So, I will press Alt-C. Enter the details of the stock item. Select the group. Press Ctrl A to save this item. The stock item now appears in the transaction. Enter the quantity and the rate. Once all the stock items purchased have been selected, press Enter and come to the field after the total line. You can see that the list immediately changes to show the list of GST ledgers and other expense ledgers you may want to select. I am selecting the CGST and SGST ledgers because Raj Electronics is from my same state. In case you are buying from a supplier who is from another state, you can select the IGST ledger there. As you can see, the GST amount gets calculated automatically. Here's another tip for you. In case you want to know the rate at which the GST values have been calculated, just press Alt-A for tax analysis. Press Alt F1 for a detailed view. Here you can see the rates at which GST has been charged for each item. Press Escape to come back to the voucher creation screen. Next, in case your voucher value exceeds 50,000 rupees, Tally helps you give the details for generating an e-way bill if required. For now, let's press N for no here. We'll see how to give the details for generating e-way bill in a later session. Press Enter. Type a narration for the voucher if required. The narration is nothing but a short explanation of the transaction for your future reference. Press Enter. Press Y to accept the transaction. Let's now record a sale. Press F8 for sales. Select the customer's ledger. I will select Tulsi Computers. You can enter the dispatch and other details if required. Press Ctrl A to accept the screen. Select the sales ledger. Press spacebar to get the list of items and select the item you are selling. Enter the quantity and the rate. Press Enter to move the field after the total line. Select the GST ledgers. Since this customer is in another state, I will select IGST. Enter the narration if required. While recording a transaction, you get various options on the right menu which can assist you in recording the transaction. For example, Stock Query is a report which will give you all the information relating to the stock item you are purchasing or selling. Press Y to accept the transaction. Learn how to record payments and CP9. This is similar to how we recorded purchases and sales in our previous session. The only difference is that the fields required to be filled will be related to payments and receipts. Let's start. Press V for accounting vouchers. Press F5 for payment. Press F2 to set the date. I want to set the date as 21st November. You will notice that automatically Tally changes the date to 21st November, assuming that since our last transaction was on 20th November, we will want to change the date to the next date. Let us record a payment made by Guru Electronics for the rent of 10,000 rupees. Since this is a payment, Tally first asks for the ledger from which the payment is made. This can be either the cash or the bank ledger. Press spacebar and you will see the list of cash or bank ledgers you have created. Select the ledger. I am selecting the bank ledger. Now, let's select the ledger to which the payment is made. Press spacebar to see the list of ledgers and select the ledger. I will select the rent ledger. Enter the amount. Press Enter until you get this bank allocation screen. Here you can enter the method by which you are making the payment: check, transfer, or others. Depending on the method of payment, you can enter the check number or UTR number if required. This will be useful if you use our banking features like check printing, check management, and bank reconciliation. Enter the narration if required. While recording a payment or receipt transaction, you get various options in the right menu to help you record the transaction. For example, Stat Payment and Nature of Payment are options which will help you record payments with respect to GST. Similarly, in case the payment or receipt is by a post-dated check, you can mark the voucher as post-dated by pressing Ctrl T. By this, the transaction will reflect in your books only on the post-dated check date. Accept the voucher. Let us now record a receipt voucher for interest of 3,000 rupees received from the bank. Press F6 for receipt. Since this is a receipt, Tally first asks for the ledger in which money is received. This can be either the cash or bank ledger. I am selecting the bank ledger. Now select the ledger from which the money is being received. For me, it's interest, so I will select the interest ledger. Enter the amount. Select the method by which the money is received. Enter the narration if required. Accept the voucher. Similarly, you can record all your business transactions in Tally ERP9. There is no need to get confused by which ledger to debit or credit. Just select the type of transaction and enter the details required. Your debits and credits are taken care of, while your accounts and reports are updated instantly. Whenever you want to see the list of transactions you have recorded, come to Gateway of Tally. Press D for Display. Press D for Daybook. Here, you get the list of transactions you have recorded on that date. Press F2 to change the date for which you want to see the list of transactions, and press Alt F2 to change the period for which you want to see the list of your transactions. In our next session, you will learn about the powerful business reports in Tally ERP. In this chapter, we will learn about business reports in Tally ERP9. Business reports reflect the health of any business. They help you evaluate your financial performance and allow you to take smart and timely decisions. The report we will discuss about today is the balance sheet. The balance sheet is a key financial statement that reveals the details of the company's assets, liabilities, and the amount owed by the shareholders. From the gateway of Tally, press B for balance sheet. You can observe that within seconds, your balance sheet is ready and shown to you. This is true for any report you see in Tally ERP9. It is fast, responsive, and it is right there when you need it. Now, press Alt F1 for a detailed view. Now you see a detailed view of your assets and liabilities. Here is a tip for you. In Tally ERP9, press Enter to go deeper into the reports and press Escape to come back. Now, say that you want to see the breakup of sundry debtors. You can simply press Enter on sundry debtors to see the customer-wise breakup. Let's say Max Electronics wants to see the pending bill-wise details of Ace Electronics. Press F8, select bill-wise details. From this report, press Enter on Ace Electronics to see the pending bill-wise details. So you see, getting around Tally is so simple and easy. Once you're done with your analysis, you can simply press Escape to go back to the balance sheet in the same way you navigated earlier. Isn't it quite natural for the mind to seek additional information while you analyze the reports, just like Max Electronics did? It is so very true. In Tally, all the reports are designed to follow your thoughts and allow you to perform all the actions you thought about. The next thing we will learn is to compare balance sheet across different companies. In case you have created different companies for your different branches or business verticals, you can compare the balance sheet of these companies in a few seconds. Let's say that Max Electronics has another branch company, Max Hardware, and wants to generate a balance sheet. Let's go back to the gateway of Tally. Select the other company by pressing F1. I'm selecting Max Hardware. Let's make Max Electronics as our current company by clicking on Max Electronics. Now, let's go back to the balance sheet. Press Alt-C for new column. Select Max Hardware. Specify the from period as 1st April 2019. Leave the to period as blank to view the details to the last date. Enter and accept the screen. And there you go. Your comparative report is ready. Once you have done your analysis, if you want to remove the column, just place your cursor on any field in the column you want to delete and press Alt-T. So here is a quick recap of things that we learned today. Seeing the detailed reports using Alt F1, drilling down using Enter to see the final details of a transaction, navigating with ease using the keys from the side menu bar, and comparing the balance sheet with other companies. We will learn about the daybook and how you can use it to manage your day-to-day transactions. By listing all the transactions made in a day, the daybook helps you to stay on top of your financial activities. To view your daybook from the gateway of Tally, press D for display and again press D for daybook. Here, you can see all the transactions recorded on the current date. To view transactions of another date, say the 15th of March, click F2, enter the date, and there you go. If you wish to view all the transactions made for a certain period, let's say from the 1st of February to the 31st of March, click Alt F2 and mention the date range as 1st February to the 31st of March. Now, let's say that you want to view only the payment transactions in the daybook. Press F4 to change the voucher and select Payment. And this way, you can easily filter the transactions of a particular nature. Press Alt F1 for a detailed view of transactions listed in the daybook. If you would like to see these transactions with even more details, let's say you want to see the check number, press F12, set Show Bank Details also as yes, and now you will be able to see the bank details for all the bank related transactions. To close the detailed view, press Alt F1. Next, we are going to learn about the options which will be handy for recording and managing day-to-day transactions. The options which we are going to discuss are the ones which are available in the buttons right below the daybook. Using the duplicate option, you can easily duplicate the transactions. This will be helpful. In this session, we will learn about the profit and loss account in Tally ERP9. The profit and loss account reveals the money spent or the cost incurred in an organization's effort to generate revenue, representing the cost of doing business. From the gateway of Tally, press P for profit and loss account. This report shows the net profit or the net loss you have made in a period. Press Alt F1 for a detailed view. Here, you can see a detailed view of all expenses and incomes. Now, it would be very useful for me to know how much each of my expenses contributes to my total expenses. For this, I'll press Enter on Indirect Expenses, press F12, make Show Percentages as Yes, and here you go. I'll get the report with the percentage of each expense. Now, say that you want to know the value of how rent has been arrived at. You can press Enter on Rent to drill down. Seeing this report, I find that there is a mistake in the rent paid for October 2019. I've entered 1500 instead of 15,000. To correct it, I can drill down to the transaction from the report itself. I will now change the value to 15,000. Press Ctrl A to save the voucher. You will observe that as we go back, each report is concurrently updated with the revised amount. Let us now see another option to configure the profit and loss account in a vertical format. To view profit and loss account in a vertical format, press F12, make Show Vertical Profit and Loss as Yes, and there you go.